نقترب من نهاية ديسمبر، وكما مع اقتراب نهاية كل ربع يتعاظم الضغط على المدراء في الشركات لتقديم نتائج مالية مرضية. د.تومي يعتقد أن هذا الضغط يدفع بعض القادة للتنازل على حساب الاستراتيجيات طويلة الأمد.
نواجه كل ربع ضغوطات كبيرة لتحقيق الأهداف المالية. هل هذا أمر صحي؟
Does the prospect of short-term gain make leaders compromise? Unfortunately, we all know the truth to this. It does. And this is something we really need to be concerned about in our companies today. It's not just the fact that it could make us compromise on what we want, it's the compromises that could be made throughout the company in regards to getting that short-term gain. And let me explain why that would really matter to us, and then let me tell you a story about it. Why it would matter to us, specifically here in the GCC, a lot of our leaders are on short-term contracts. And when I'm on a short-term contract, I have a short-term mentality. And when I have a short-term mentality, I want to get as much gain as I can as fast as possible. And we just recognized and we all agreed that short-term decisions could stand in the way of long-term progress and they could make us compromise. Because of these short-term contracts, you may have leaders who are making all sorts of compromises in your business. So let me tell you a story of what happened on the global stage on this. Indra Nooyi, the CEO of Pepsi, had set in place this great initiative that she really believed in. She was leading Pepsi to be able to take on this healthcare initiative, to really focus on improving the quality of the snacks, reducing the sugars, reducing the salts, and on this health initiative. Then all of a sudden one day the investors came back and said, you know what? This isn't getting us the expectation, this isn't getting us the payout that we hoped for, that we were expecting, that we were longing for. So they told her that she needed a strategic reset. She needed to refocus on the Doritos and the full sugar Pepsis and the great products that the consumers really were desiring and looking for. What happened in the business at that point? Immediately with that strategic reset, that shift of focus, it told everybody we are interested in the short-term gain over the long-term impact. Was that the CEO's desire? No, that was what the investors were after in that situation. So we need to step back for ourselves and say, wait a minute, what does that mean in my business? Do I have leaders who would make similar decisions as those investors, trying to make as much money as absolutely possible for their pocket? You probably do. So what you need to step back and you need to think about, are my leaders here? Are my employees here? Is everybody in my business, are they here to consume off the business or are they contributors to it? And what you need to focus on is hiring people who are going to contribute to your business and taking the people who are there today and shifting their mentality from the short-term gain to looking to the long term. What's the best way you can do that? How do you get started on it? What's your focus? Are you focused on the short term or are you focused on the long term? We need to set aside the quarterly limitations, the aspect of reporting at the end of the quarter the returns and putting that pressure on and start saying, how can we build the greatest value for our business? You see, right now, the GCC is in a growth cycle. We have all sorts of opportunities for growth. Don't think by the end of your nose, based upon the end of your nose and looking at the short-term gain, think about the long term because the payout into the future is far greater than the payout of the short term.